Hello, welcome. This is Post Tonight. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. It's good to have you join us once again to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan. On the show tonight, new winners emerge at the 2019 Badminton International Classics in Lagos. We'll tell you who those winners were. As Zilberman was told this time around, you will not leave Lagos with the title. Badminton will get our attention tonight on the show. Kano Pillars, they waited for a very long time. But finally, they have the ITO Cup in their cabinet after beating Niger Tornadoes via penalties. It was also drama for the women. Rivers Angels, they love the ITO Cup, but Nasarawa Amazons, you know them also, bitter rivals to Rivers Angels, and they won that one 5-4 on penalties. So the ITO Cup are going all the way to penalties to give us the winners. We'll talk about the 2019 edition on the show tonight. We'll also talk about the development of badminton in Nigeria, and of course cycling. They just concluded the Africa Track Cup in Abuja. Nigeria emerged victorious in that one. What does it mean for the development of the sports in the country? We'll listen to the president of that federation talk about that competition and what it means for Nigeria to emerge overall winners. Also on the show tonight, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, they have been busy. What do they want? They want to pick athletes for the African Games that will take place in Rabat, Morocco. They have selected 51. I'm like, wow, what are they doing with 51? But yeah, let's see what they can do when that competition gets underway next month. But we'll give you updates as regards those champions that emerged from the national trials and what we should be expecting from them when they go to Rabat. We'll talk about that one big time on the show tonight. We'll also take a look at the Homeless World Cup. That one also, once again, reminding us of the power of sports and how we can use sports to empower the world. It started right there in Cardiff, and the fans are loving it. We'll talk about it tonight on the program. Let you feel the power of sports. Loads of talking points coming from the 2019 ITO Cup final. What got you talking? You guys started that debate as regards the fans invading the pitch at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna. I said, same old same. That's the story of football in Nigeria. Another clear call to the organizers, the Nigeria Football Federation, to do more in terms of preparation, planning for a major competition such as the ITO Cup. We will talk about that one also on the show tonight and give you another opportunity to also talk about it also on the show tonight. That's about the outlook of the show Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Not forgetting that we're also counting down to the 2019 Nigeria Open. The Africa Cup will start first before the Nigeria Open, and 15 countries from Africa they have confirmed their participation in that one. Should get us talking. That's about the outlook of the show tonight. Wherever you're in the world watching us, welcome on board. This is Sports Tonight on your award-winning sports-loving Channels Television. Walk with us on this journey. What are you talking about? Kano Pillars, they are champions of the 2019 ITO Cup. Nasarawa Amazons won that for the women. They will go back home with 10 million naira for winning the women's trophy, while Kano Pillars, we go back to Kano with 25 million naira. We'll talk about it on the show. I want to invite you to be part of that one, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. You can be part of the show on Twitter, Channels_sports, Facebook, Channels Sports Centers, and email Sports Tonight at channelstv.com. All our top stories can be viewed on our website, channelstv.com, and on YouTube /Channels Web. Log on to m.channelstv.com to download the Channels TV app for your iPad, your iPhone, your BlackBerry, your iOS, or Windows phones, and your Android phones. It's so simple. I want you to be part of the show tonight, wherever you are in the world watching us. How about you just tell me your location? Yeah, just so we can play for the love of the game. I want to find out what you are talking about. Football fans, we're getting up to the start of the new season. Kelechi Iheanacho is catching some fire. Let's see if he can take it into the season. Different clubs are busy this time of the season as we await the start. So if your club is busy and it gets you to talk, let's also hear from you. Chelsea fans are, they neither here nor there. They're just looking at Frank Lampard and saying, what can he do for the team? Chelsea fans, let's talk tonight. Arsenal fans, let's also talk about your team not winning the Emirates Cup this year. So much going down in our world of sports. Let me quickly get into cycling. I'll take you to the Velodrome at the National Stadium in Abuja, where Nigeria topped the medals table with 21 gold, 18 silver, and 12 bronze medals at the first Africa Cup track 2019. It's the maiden edition And a lot of people don't know that cycling is big in this part of the world. I'll let you see those guys do their thing. But that's a confirmation of the medal table. Nigeria with 21 gold medals, 18 silver, and 12 bronze to actually dominate the competition. Egypt followed with 8 gold. You can see right there, they didn't come anywhere close to Nigeria. 8 gold, 7 silver, and 7 bronze medal. The president of the Cycling Federation of Nigeria, Mr. Jandomemnikos Masari, has expressed concerns over the exclusion of cycling at the forthcoming African Games that will take place in Rabat, Morocco. He says, why? Why is there no cycling? How can we be this dominant, win 21 gold medals, and we don't have a chance to see these guys go to Rabat and compete? Can you see the velodrome in Abuja? Can you see how good it looks? Maintenance, we can do more. So some will be saying, oh, so we actually do this. You see it at the Olympics, and it can fetch you medals, loads of medals right there. But African Games, no cycling. And so the president of the Cycling Federation of Nigeria, Mr. Masari, doesn't understand. He says it's not too good for the sport. In an interview with Channels Television, right at the Velodrome at the National Stadium in Abuja, he says the quality of the performance of cyclists at the Africa Cup track is an indication of the development being recorded in the sport in Africa. And you can see the fans loved it. They came out to watch. And that's what we're talking about. If you have the infrastructure, you will do the sport. So just imagine if there was no way for them to do this at the National Stadium in Abuja. They wouldn't even come to Nigeria for the Africa Track Cup. And it's good to see that Nigeria dominated that one. It will be good to see cycling at the African Games. I think they should look into it. It will be good to see Nigeria go there and then dominate and see how we can conquer with cycling at the world stage. So when I tell you that Nigeria is too blessed to just be associated with football, someone thinks I don't know what I'm talking about. So this country, each time you watch this show, let this program remind you that Nigeria is a sporting nation, not a football nation. That's cycling right there. We topped the medal table at the Africa Cup. It's the maiden edition, 21 gold, 18 silver, and 12 bronze. Let's go to Abuja. Listen to Mr. Masari. He's the president of the Cycling Federation of Nigeria. He says, look, cycling has done so well. It should be part of the African Games. Let's listen to him.
As I said before, is a very historical event for tourism because this is the first edition African Cup and the first ever. And secondly, it's the first time that this velodrome is hosting since the construction in 2003 a cycling event of this gender. So it will be an initial stage, and really the quality has been very, very okay. And the testimonial, now we have some testimonial here that are coming to witness and to even guide, advice about the competition. They were very, very highly impressed of the level that they have found here about our athlete. Of course, he required to put some, techniques into them. But really, they are very impressed. And a very, very good show for these 3 days. We are almost finished today. And till now, we have witnessed a very, very, very high level of competition. Of course, you can't compare it with the one of professional that has been for years compared to the time we have started. But we have seen this. And as you see, Nigeria is doing very well.
And yeah, we saw it. Nigeria did very well. We saw our cyclists do their thing, dominated the medals table, and it will be good to sustain the momentum. So I remember I brought some cycling officials to the show, and they said it goes beyond cycling. It promotes healthy living and, of course, give you that consciousness. Like when you climb a bike, you're conscious of everybody that is around you. So that's a good one for the development of cycling in Nigeria. Let's move on swiftly on the show today, and we are going to run. Let's go back to the racetrack where the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, they have selected 51. What are they doing with 51 athletes? They've been busy with the national trials in Kaduna, and it's interesting because that event once again reminded us that there are talents in this country. For the 100 meters event, you'd expect some of the names that we know, Sheye Ogunlewe, and some of the guys will be topping at that category. But no, it was Shekiri that won the 100 meters and 200 meters event for the men. Joy Udo Gabriel, another confirmation that she can keep getting better if we give her the attention that she needs. Good revelation, and all she needs is support. She won the women's 100 meters event. We'll have a breakdown of the list of selected national champions from the trials. I'll let you see it's quite a number. I'll just read through some of it, and then you can follow me. Emmanuel Ojeli won the men's 400 meters. Patience Okon George, of course, she's been dominant in that category. Won the women's 400 meters. Martins Ogieraki won the men's 110 meters hurdles. Kemi Francis won that of the women. Timothy Emogene won the men's 400 meters hurdles. Abasiono Akman won the women's 400 meters hurdles. Adebisi Sodiq got that of the men's 800 meters. Comfort Anietie James won the women's category. Best Hire won the men's high jump. Esther Issa won the women's high jump. Joseph Edafiade won the men's high jump. And it goes all the way down. Woyi Augustine won the men's discus. Samuel Kure won the men's javelin. While Kelechi Wanaga, I'm sure you know her, national champion, comes with a lot of experience. She won the women's javelin event. The Athletics Federation of Nigeria said, all of you come, you're champions. You're going to represent Nigeria in Rabat, Morocco. So we're monitoring that one also. Athletics giving us good reasons to talk sports. As we count down to Rabat, remember, AFN, we need to do the right things because we've been speaking to some of our athletes that are based abroad. The other night, we had Blessing Akagbari. She says, look, we should put the right persons in place to administer athletics. Otherwise, we're going to struggle. Topi Loba Muson, who is on fire, even threatened that she might not just be coming if the welfare is not right. Tomorrow on this show, I'm going to get Ese Brume. Yes, Ese Brume, she's qualified for the Olympics. She does her thing very well with the long jump. Let's see if Ese Brume is fired up for the African Games and, of course, the World Championships in Doha. So keep a date with us tomorrow. We're going to be talking loads of athletics. Let's bring it back up now and let you know that we're counting down to the 2019 Africa Cup and Nigeria Open. That one is for table tennis. And in less than a week, the best players, the best of the best, from 15 African countries, they will come to Lagos, Nigeria for the 2019 International Table Tennis Federation Africa Cup. That's one we serve off on August the 3rd at the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Nigeria's Aaron Okwadri, that's him right there, and Egypt's Dina Meshrev. They are defending champions of the tournament, and they're expected to battle against other players for their places in the 2019 IWTF World Cups. Nigeria, we are the host. Other countries expected in Lagos for the 3-day championship include Algeria, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Congo Brazzaville, Congo DRC, Egypt, Ghana, Guinea, Rwanda, Senegal, South Africa, Togo, and Tunisia. So you see the best of table tennis players. They're going to come to Nigeria, and it will be a bumper-packed week for table tennis development in Africa. Now, it's not just for Nigeria, it's for Africa in general. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. I told you at the start of the show that new winners emerged. And they just concluded International Badminton Classics in Lagos for the men. Misha Zimmerman met stiff competition and couldn't retain his title. I'll let you see highlights of what went down in the men's singles final. When we come back, the president of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, Francis Obi, will join us. We're going to take a look at the 5th edition of the Lagos International Badminton Classics. We'll be right back.
Yeah, a round of applause for them, please. 2019 edition Lagos State International Continental Championship is Tien Nguyen from Vietnam. This Africa
So that's it. Vietnam's Tien Nguyen dethroned Misha Zimmerman from Israel to become the men's champion at the 2019 Lagos International Badminton Classics. It was a good show for badminton. So let's take a look at what went down. Francis Obi is the president of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria. Is with us in the studio. Francis, good to have you on sports tonight.
Thank you very much, Austin.
Okay, so we saw good badminton. Nguyen actually made Zimmerman to work. Did we meet the objective this year?
Yeah, we did. We did. For us as a board, I think the first objective is to expose our players to a very high level of badminton. Quality play. Quality players coming to play the game at the highest level, and quite a number of them cannot have that kind of opportunity outside this. So for us, that is a good one. And there was something that happened during this year's championship. Of course, you were there. You saw a section of the gallery was filled up with school children. We believe that that is the right age to get them, catch them young. So it's good to expose them to see the game played at this level also. There are quite some adults who came as guests who said they had never seen a badminton game played at this level before. They were all excited and they were very amazed. So you can imagine children, and it was a wonderful feeling for us when we saw the children following the game and they were clapping and screaming. Some of the rallies, they got up and then the Indian doubles pair, the women, they fell in love with the children and they were just, in fact, after the game, they all ran out. They were taking pictures with them, selfies and all that. I mean, so I can tell you that from that crowd.
Pumped up interest. I'll come back. Yeah. I'll come back to you. Just stay right there. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're reviewing the 5th edition of the Lagos International Badminton Classics. We'll go on this break. When we come back, Francis Obi will tell us ways that we can keep developing badminton in Nigeria. Don't go anywhere. Stay.
The Channels 24 app means you'll always be in touch with the news. Get the latest local and international stories on the go. And there's our social media platforms for news from around the world. Watch the news live and play videos that matter to you. You can also check the eyewitness section to report events around you. Just click on the eyewitness icon and follow the instructions to upload your content. Channels 24 app, the news at your fingertips.
Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're taking a look at the 5th edition of the Lagos International Badminton Classics. I told you that Vietnam's Tien Nguyen emerged champion for the men's single, while it was an all-Turkish final for the women's single, but it was Neslihan Yigit that defeated her compatriot Ozge Beyak to actually win the women's title. Francis Obi was with us in the studio. Francis, again, the foreign players dominated. Does it worry you that Nigerian players are not winning at the championship?
Well, maybe to an extent, but I'm not really too worried. I would say that what we plan to achieve with the classic, or what we planned at the beginning, wasn't to get Nigeria to win within a very short time. Rome was not built in a day. It's a journey. And I tell people that the participation and the performance by the Nigerian players has been on a very steady growth. It's a gradual process. I will say something. If you watch the games, in badminton, they are just basic strokes. Smashing, dropping, clearing and all that. It's the same thing every player plays. But what makes the difference? Consistency.
That's right.
So if you are going to drop 10 times, and you, out of 10 attempts, you succeed 8, and you miss only once. Whereas somebody who is not consistent, if he tries 10 times, he might miss 5 and get only 5. That's what makes the difference between the winner and the loser. And why does that happen? Like Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Immediately after that match, he couldn't stay to pick up his...
for the airport.
Yes, for the presentation. He was rushing to the airport to catch another flight. He's traveling to go in for another competition.
Wow.
So when you keep playing back to back, something you keep doing repeatedly, there's no way you are going to get better. So you can train, but game situation is totally different. And then you are meeting different opponents every time. So you are beginning to adapt. Confidence level is growing. And that is what is just lacking in our players. There's nothing they are doing, the foreign players are doing that is different from our own players. But then that technical thing also, I think the coaching aspect, we really need to pay a lot of attention to it. Zimmerman is trained by his mother, and she's right there sitting behind, and whenever he's playing, she's taking notes. Every point she takes notes, and at the end of the game, they go analyze and all that. That shows you the level of coaching. So we have good coaches, but we also need to help them, to take them up, to be able to raise the bar in terms of, because that technical support is very critical. If you have a coach who cannot read a game, appropriately and know what changes to bring about in the player's game, then the player can end up, that can be the difference between losing and winning. So we are looking at those aspects, and I just feel that it's just a matter of time. I can tell you that in the very near future, a Nigerian is going to be not just on the podium. Yes, I know and Godwin were on the podium for the doubles, but we want them to be able to lift the trophy, because there's only one trophy for every event.
That's right. And it'll be good to see them lift the singles. Let's talk about Anu Opeyori and Godwin Olofua. You see them on the podium. They got bronze for the doubles. They begin to form some good partnership. It will be very important that they keep their consistency going.
That is why they just have to keep attending as many. I asked them, what happened? Because the Germans that won the men's doubles were the ones that beat them in the semifinals. And they told me that, at some point, until they now watched the finals and saw how the Germans also played, that was when they now became like, okay, they were consoled. Because at a point, they said the shuttles were so fast. Those guys were just almost perfect. What is responsible? They are going to leave here now and go and play another championship. Right. And they are playing against top world-class players. So Anu and Godwin, currently ranked #1 in Africa for men's doubles, also on the verge of qualifying for the Olympics next year. Nice. So we just need to push them a bit more, have them attend as many more internationals as possible within the qualification period. That is just what we need to do. And as they attend more, play against world-class players, their confidence level will go. And go up, and their game definitely will get better.
That's right. So it's the 5th edition of the Lagos International Badminton Classics. You saw them there. Anu Okpeyori and Godwin Olofua, they won bronze for Nigeria in the men's doubles. Foreign players came around and they dominated, but they are also telling us what they did to win and ways that we can also improve this championship. Let's listen to them.
I think staying calm under pressure and bouncing back even though we lost the second set. Also, the entire trip, I feel the atmosphere has been very pleasant. The people here are very warm, and overall, I think that gave us more energy to play better on court.
I wouldn't say it was probably the toughest tournament in the circuit, but it was fairly competitive. I think singles was really competitive this year. Doubles not the Europe level of competition, but still it wasn't easy. I think smaller things like better usage of court. The hotels could be a little more better. I feel the organization could take note of that. They could probably give better hotels, because when you go abroad for other tournaments, you either get 3-star or 4-star hotels. I thought the accommodation wasn't that good, and the courts, which were very good last year, what my friends told. This year they struggled with the courts because it was slipping a lot. And if you would have seen a lot of matches in the past 3 years, a lot of players fell down and there was some chance of injury. So we would like that to be a little more better.
So that's right, Indian player Shilok, telling us some things we must do to improve the championship. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, of course. There's always room for improvement, and there are always areas to improve upon. But this year's championship was a bit different. One, we had very little time to plan. The government just came in. Yeah. They were still settling down. And we must give kudos to the Lagos State government, because, they've been consistent for 5 years. We've had 3 different governors now who have continued to run this championship. Yeah. So that means they see something good in it. And we must actually commend the new governor, Governor Sanwo-Olu, for keying into the vision to sustain this championship. Any governor can come and say, well, I'm not continuing with it, and I'm not interested, I'm not going to put the money down. So I think, judging by the time we had, that was very limited. And then the number of entries was much higher than any other edition this year. So it was meant to be one that we would have prepared more for, but we had such a very short. So for us, it was a huge success, because, we had challenges as usual with any championship, but we were able to overcome them, and at the end of the day, we had a very good championship.
Okay, well, it's getting better, and with what you heard from the foreign players, you can attest that some of them had a good time here, and they would definitely look forward to coming back. Before I let you go, let's talk about our top seed female player, Dorcas Adeshoko. Did you expect more from her?
No, people kept comparing how they did in this championship, and Dorcas got to quarterfinals. It was a good performance, I must tell you. I don't think she's gotten, I think she has gotten that far before. But if you look at the quality of players that came, the ranking of those players, the guy from Vietnam who won is a former world number 5. He has beaten world champions before. So we also had a lady there who was former world number 8. So if you look at the caliber of such players, then you can't expect that, Dorcas will go in there and overrun other players. No. But mind you, Olympic qualifier. Yeah. Our focus and our eyes are on qualifying her for the Olympics. So getting to quarterfinals, I can tell you, there are some championships that when you attend, even when you win, you will not get the points you will get when you get to quarterfinals in this category of championship. So if you look at that from that angle, then we'll say that she has done well. She could do better, and we're going to just keep pushing and exposing her to more championships. That's the only way she can improve.
That's good. That's a good one. Thank you so much, Francis Obi, for stopping by. We'll continue to monitor the progress of badminton in Nigeria. Francis Obi is the president, Badminton Federation of Nigeria. We're just taking a look at the just concluded Lagos International Badminton Classics, where, of course, foreign players dominated, but he says, hey, it's okay. It was good experience and exposure for the home-based players. Let's go on this timeout. Let you see highlights of the ITO Cup women's final that Nasarawa Amazons stunned Rivers Angels to win the title. And when we come back, Toby Adikpoju will be here with me. We'll break down everything that went down in the final of the ITO Cup. Don't go anywhere.